Open up into your heart and shoulders in this air element flow yoga practice designed to help you feel energized and alive. I recommend having 2 blocks for this practice. We'll begin in Thunderbolt pose today, sitting back on your heels. It may feel more comfortable as we start to settle into our breath to sit up on a block. That's perfectly okay. Hands can come to either rest on your thighs or perhaps one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Start to draw your tailbone down towards the mat like an anchor is holding you in place. As your shoulders melt away from your ears, reach the top of your head up towards the sky. Sit a little bit taller. Notice where your breath is landing in your body, what area of your torso is filling with each inhale. Start to guide your breath to deepen. As you inhale, fill as much of your torso as you can, like you're trying to test the capacity of your lungs today. Exhale out through the nose. Think of a gentle hugging sensation, everything moving towards your core. Inhales, think expand. Exhales, think of drawing in. How fully can you inhale? How much can you push out on the exhale? One more round of breath. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up towards the sky. Feel your spine lengthen as you do so. Exhale, palms face out, push the air away. Allow your arms to drift down by your sides. Inhale, fingertips flow up towards the sky. Reach, ribs may move up and away from your hips. Exhale, softly, arms drift back down. Hands come to rest on your thighs. Inhale, rock forward like you're trying to stick your tailbone out behind you. Arch the spine. Exhale, round the spine. Allow the shoulders to curl forward. Head may dip. Inhale to open front side of body. Think cow-like pose. Exhale to open back side of body. Think cat-like pose. Take 2 more rounds with your breath. Maybe your chin lifts ever so slightly as you bring an arch to the spine. And dips ever so slightly as you bring a rounding to the spine. Inhale, come back to sitting tall. Fingertips sweep up towards the sky. Exhale, bend into your elbows. Cactus your arms. Elbows come in line with your shoulders. Inhale, allow yourself to rock forward once more. Heart leads, arms gently pull back. Exhale, round the spine. This time, inner arms come to touch, including palms. Inhale, like someone's gently pushing your arms back behind you. Exhale, push the spot between your shoulder blades back in space as your arms come to touch. Once more. Inhale, arms open, reach up, come up high onto your knees. You can move your block out if you were sitting on one. Exhale, think child's pose, but sweep your arms to your low back, palms facing up as you dip your forehead towards the mat. Inhale, come to stand back up on your knees, fingertips re-reach towards the sky. Exhale, same bowing-like posture, hands float to your low back, forehead towards the mat. Once more, inhale, gather energy up in your palms as you reach all the way up. Push the energy away as you surrender forward. This inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the ground, tabletop to transition, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Reach your sit bones, your tailbone back and up. Lengthen through the spine as you reach the top of your head away from your tailbone. Generous bend in your knees. Maybe you walk out your dog here. Take a few breaths to get comfortable in this position. Then come to stillness. Melt your heart towards your thighs. Spread your fingertips wide. Activate into the ground. Inhale up high into your toes, big bend into your knees, look towards the top of your mat. Take a little stroller, step forward, land in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins, kiss your shoulder blades together as top of head reaches forward. Exhale, completely drape over your legs. Slow roll up, tailbone starts to draw towards the mat. Stack vertebra over vertebra as you slowly come to stack shoulders over hips and eventually head over shoulders. Inhale, sweep your fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, prayer position. Shift your weight over towards your right foot. Left knee comes towards your chest, strong flex into the left foot. Inhale, push into your right big toe. Use your dristi to find balance. Start to push the air away from you. Palms and left foot kick away. Extend your left leg as much as you can. Then arms drift by your sides as you start to kick your left foot back in space as you hinge forward until the front side of your body comes parallel with the ground. Warrior 3. Drive your left heel back in space. Left toes point towards the mat, keeping your hips square. Reach your fingertips back in space. Same sensation of kissing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Lengthen as much as you can. Point into your toes. Land in a high crescent lunge. Left toes to the mat. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms. Allow your chest to open as you lean back in space. Gentle tug of the elbows back as your heart continues to lift forward. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach arms back up, shoulders restack over hips. Exhale, arms come long by your sides as you hinge forward. Create a long line from the top of your head to your left back heel. Runner's lunge. Inhale, reach your fingertips forward, creating an even longer line on the back side of body. Exhale, hands to heart. Push into your right back toe. On your next inhale, come to fly. Return to warrior 3. Left toes leave the mat. Back of left heel pushes up towards the sky. Step your left foot beside your right. Fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drape forward. Inhale, reach your fingertips all the way up towards the sky as you come up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Imagine a string is attached to your heart. It's pulling it up in space. There can be a little shelf behind you, like you're trying to set your heart onto it. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards the sky. Restack shoulders over hips. Allow your arms to float back down by your sides. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Weight moves into your left foot. Right knee journeys in towards your core. Strong flex of the foot. Now strongly push the air away with palms and foot. How strong can you get here? Keep this strength. Micro bend your left leg as you start to draw right foot behind you, coming into warrior 3. Reach your fingertips back in space. Heel and top of head move away from each other. How long can you get? Inhale, extend through the arms. Fingertips reach even farther. Exhale, land your back foot, fingertips now reach towards the sky. High crescent lunge. Inhale, ribs lift up and away from your hip bones. Exhale, cactus arms, open your heart and tie your front side of body at the same time as you scissor the legs together. You are so strong. Inhale, arms reach back up towards the sky. Exhale, runner's lunge, drive your right heel back in space. Inhale, arms sweep forward, get long once more. Exhale, hands to heart. Take flight, warrior three, right toes leave the ground. Imagine you're trying to push the entire backside of your body up into the ceiling. Full inhale here. Exhale, right foot steps beside the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips land gently on shins. Exhale, melt over your legs. Option here to grab hold of your elbows, take a little sway from side to side. Let your head be as heavy as a bowling ball, helping you to open through the backside of your heart. Release your fingertips towards the ground. Slowly roll back up into a standing position, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, arms sweep. Exhale, hands to heart as you take a big step back with your right foot. Come to face the long edge of your mat. Bend into your knees, goddess pose. Allow your tailbone to draw towards the mat. Notice if you're sticking your booty out behind you, can you draw it underneath you as much as you can? Shoulders, ribs lift up and away from your hip bones. Can you sit a little bit deeper? Inhale, straighten into your legs and arms as they reach all the way up. Exhale, arms come parallel with the ground. Left toes come to point forward. Right edge of back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Stand up for triangle. Send your right hip back in space. Reach your left fingertips forward as far as you can. Hinge at the left hip as you reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Trikonasana. Draw your chest open. Reach your heart up towards the sky. Option to bend into right elbow and drape your arm behind you. Like you're trying to stack your right shoulder over your left hip underneath your right. See how flat you can get, like you're being placed between two panes of glass. Send your gaze towards the mat. Start to pop up onto your right back toes and fold forward over your left leg, pyramid. You can come up as high as you want on your back toes. This will lessen the intensity. The closer your heel comes towards the ground, the more intensity. Don't worry about keeping the spine long here. Drape as much forward, round forward as much as you can over your front leg. Bend slightly into your front knee. Make sure your palms are pushing firmly into the ground. Sweep your left leg all the way back, three-legged downward dog. Imagine someone's gently pulling on your left ankle, helping you open here. Exhale, left toes down to the mat, downward dog, all the way into a tabletop, knees to ground. Walk your hands forward, melt your heart, your forehead towards the ground, puppy pose. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Option to bring your chin towards the ground here, only if that feels comfortable for your neck. Press into your palms. Start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Move back into a downward facing dog. Inhale up high onto your toes. Big bend into your knees. Look forward. Stroll or step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spread your sit bones wide. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, roll all the way up. Hands can reach. Exhale, hands to heart. This time step back with your left foot, goddess pose. See if you can sit a little bit deeper here. Notice if your shoulders tend to round forward. Can you open across the front side of your chest? Stand a little bit taller. Inhale, straighten into both legs. Arms reach up towards the sky. Arms come parallel with the mat. Right toes face the front of the mat. Left foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Send your left hip back in space. Right fingertips reach as far forward as you can. Then start to open up into Trikonasana, triangle, as left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Gently press the back of your right hand into your calf. The aim here is not to fully touch the ground. You can use a block under your hand if you want. The aim is to keep length into both sides of your torso. Same option to drape left arm behind your low back if that helps you open your heart even more towards the sky. Pull up on the inner arches of your feet, all the way up your inner thighs. You are so strong here. Deep inhale. Exhale, start to transition, gaze towards the mat. Come up high onto your left back toes. Fold over your front leg, pyramid. Even though you're active here, your right hip is pulling back in space, you are still allowing your upper body to completely let go. Bend slightly into your front knee. Plant your palms firmly on the mat so you can sweep your right toes up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, gently land right toes onto the mat, and then knees to the ground, tabletop. Settle your sit bones back to your heels, thunderbolt pose. And then reach your hands back so you come to grab hold of your heels or your calves. If you've got short arms like me, it might be your calves. Then start to dip your chin in towards your chest and round your spine in on itself as you completely curl all the way forward. Top of head may eventually come to reach the mat. As it does, start to lift your sit bones off of your heels and gently push into the top of your head, mindful of your neck here. Rabbit pose. Settle your heels back, slowly unfurl. Shoulders come to restack over hips, head over shoulders. Maybe you come to place one hand on heart, one hand on belly again. Notice how your breath feels. Is there an aliveness to it, a fullness? Look at how powerful that the air within your being can feel. And grab your blocks and place them towards the top of your mat on angles. Just like this, I'll show you here on the screen. And then come to lay down so that your shoulders are on top of the blocks. You'll want them on their lowest setting. Your head, your chin will be just forward of the blocks, so you can come to rest your forehead on the mat. And your shoulders will be pulling back in space, supported by the blocks. As you do nothing but drape your arms by your sides and allow yourself to sink into the ground. Maybe you give your hips a little bit of a wiggle, see if there's any further tension to release. There's no more effort left of this practice. Allow yourself to bask in any awareness that you may have cultivated, any lightness that may come to rest within your being now. You have the option to stay here for as long as you'd like, or you can begin to push yourself up so you may flip over into a traditional Shavasana, resting on the backside of your body. Whichever option you choose, notice if you feel a little bit more spaciousness, a little bit more air around your heart. The front side, back side, left to right. Can you breathe a little bit more deeply? Does it feel a little bit more clear or smooth as you breathe? You may rest here easily for the final few moments of class. Gently start to wiggle into your fingertips and your toes, sending sparks of awareness back throughout your body. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Take a deep inhale as you reach your fingertips and your toes away from each other. Audible sigh out. And gather your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you take a little rock from side to side here. Roll over to your right hand side into a fetal position. And take your time as you push yourself up. We'll meet with your hands in prayer at your heart center. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Lift your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. Do you wish that you could deepen your yoga practice without paying thousands for yoga teacher training? You can. Learn how to cultivate your self-awareness so you can become the advanced yogi you dream of being without the handstands or the arm balances. Join Journey Home and feel yourself evolve on and off of the mat. Your yoga adventure is calling. Start today.